Welcome inside Gila River Arena as the Edmonton Oilers and the Arizona Coyotes meet for the fourth time this season. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. Brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL. 20th start of the season for Ben Scrivens, trying to snap a personal two-game losing streak and get his first W on the road. And former Oiler Devin Dubnyk faces his old team for the second time this season. He gave up 3 goals on 35 shots Saturday in the shootout loss to Minnesota. And Drew, this is the something has got to give game because Arizona has lost 9 straight at home. The Oilers have dropped 6 straight on the road, and they're trying to get the first win in the National Hockey League for Todd Nelson.
And both teams trying to find a way to start putting the puck in the net on a regular basis.
Oilers got shut out by the Rangers on Sunday by the score of 2-0. Arizona, a franchise worst 9 straight losses here at the Gila River Arena. Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Teddy Purcell.
Adam Larson. Drake Fedora.
Taylor Hall,
David.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Teddy Purcell will start up. Brad Hunt got called up on the weekend, did not dress in the game
Entering, edit, read only.
Play tonight,
New
his
check,
7th game
40,
of the season,
40,
and he'll
37.
be paired with Justin Schultz. And we are underway. Fired in by McCulloch. Schultz picks it up, plays it around the boards. Purcell waiting for it. Checked by Bodker. Bodker is with Vermette and Shane Doan. And for Bodker, he's his 25th birthday today. Up with a shot. And it's blocked by Vermette, and that's stung number 50. And that's what Brad Hunt does. He shoots the puck very hard.
He shoots it without thinking about it. He's not going to, if the guy's in the shooting lane, he's not going to think about, well, maybe I just got to risk this through or get it wide. He just drills it. And a lot of coaches will tell you, if you drilled off a guy's ankle a couple times, next time he's not going to be in that shooting lane.
Jay Weber put a shot off of Matt Hendrick's knee and had him out for a few games. Tobias Reeder driving for the net, cut off there by Draisaitl. Barons plays it around the boards. Hansel, Gagne, and Reeder the forward line for the Arizona Coyotes. Reeder with a shot. Scrivens the save. The rebound cleared by the captain.
I'm not sure about that drop pass along the boards in your own end, and neither now is Jordan Everly. The look that he gave after he made it was something.
As for Gagne, got by his stick, comes to Schlemko. Yandel back to Schlemko. Schlemko with a wrist shot through traffic, and Scrivens makes the save. Yakupov clears it off the boards and gets it out to center. Ben Scrivens made 20 saves in that loss against the Rangers on Sunday. He is 1-3-1 lifetime against Arizona. Arcavello, Pitlick, and Perron. The forward line now for the Oilers. David Moss back in the lineup. He had missed 22 games with a broken hand. Playing with Kyle Chipchura and Martin Erat. Perron to the middle it goes. It's picked up by Pitlick. Outlet pass. Davidson fires a shot right on, and Devin Dubnyk makes his first save of the period. The keys to the game are brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Take everything that's happened in the last 30-plus hours and shelve it. Just go play. Find a way just to go do what you've been doing for all these years. And for the Arizona Coyotes, the one thing against everybody that's played against the Edmonton Oilers knows if you get off to a good start, you get a great chance to win. So Dave Tippett, a little extra pressure on his guys. Get off to a really good start. Doesn't mean you have to score the first goal, but you want to be pushing the pace of the play.
Both teams have been challenged, as Drew mentioned, to get their offenses going. Matt Hendricks remains at center with Gazdic and Pinizzato. Boyd Gordon, he's here, and he could play on this road trip.
Boyd had a good skate yesterday. He said his back didn't bother him.
Intercept by Pinizzato. Pinizzato with a shot. Pad save by Dubnyk. McMillan checked by Gazdic. Hendricks in there to help him out. The 2 fourth lines on the ice right now. Schlemko has the puck. David Schlemko under pressure from Pinizzato. Yandel put it off the stick of Pinizzato. The race is on. Joe Vitale going after it, but Schultz had the angle, and he comes up with a puck as the Coyotes make a change. Hendricks at the blue line fires a long shot in. Dubnyk will hold on to it. Schultz was right there.
Talking about Hendricks today, he was talking about his wingers, Luke Gazdic and Steve Pinizzato, and he's just complimenting them on the play that they have been able to bring since being put together. Steve Pinizzotto makes a nice play there defensively in the neutral zone, and a good shot on net. Matt Hendricks did mention that playing with Steve and playing with Luke, he's starting to understand, is starting to read off of them, and he likes the fact that they're really starting to develop into very trustworthy wingers.
Intercepted by Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Drop pass for Teddy Purcell. Purcell trying to give it back to him. Stone clears the puck down the ice. And Matt Hendricks is still above 52% in the faceoff circle.
I asked Matt about that. He never played center for an entire season. He a little bit in college, a little bit coming up, but he's never been there regularly. He likes being that left wing power forward, but he's a very adaptable player, which, boy, that's got to be a useful tool for any coach when you've got a guy like that who can play any position you want him to.
Doesn't want to go up against Martin Hansel in the face-off circle. He's second in the league. But I consider him first because you got to give Manny Malhotra is always going to be number one.
He's like Gretzky with the face-off circle. So Gretzky's Gretzky, and then Manny Malhotra's Manny Malhotra. That's one thing Boyd Gordon was talking about. He might be ready for Thursday, and he said, "Yeah, just in time to go up against Joe Thornton." Yay!
Long shot by Vermette and two blocker saves by Scrivens. Bodker. Game watched by Jeff Petrie. Comes back to Dolan. He can't get that puck to settle down. Now the Coyotes retreat back into their own zone. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Get a power play goal and an assist in the game against Minnesota. This is Hansel. Long shot. Scrivens the save. Reeder looking for the rebound, but Fane prevented him from getting to the net.
The great Dave Tippett, since 02-03, third in wins behind two terrific coaches and ahead of one other terrific coach. Talking to Dave Tippett earlier this year, we asked him, what's changed about you? And he went, not a heck of a lot. Kind of still deliver the same message in the same way. He said the one thing you have to do as a coach is you have to hold players accountable, but in a way that's fair. And he does that very, very well. There's very few coaches that can get as many miles out of his players as Dave Tippett does.
This is game number 899 for him. He will coach his 900th game in LA on Saturday. Jordan Eberle back into his own zone. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Coyotes. Draisaitl drifts one in, picked up there by Kyle Chipchura. Chipchura moves it ahead to Erat, gets the puck back again, gets it to Moss. Erat behind the net for Moss, trying to center it out in front. Chipchura went down. And Hunt gets the puck out to center. Erat's going to bring it right back in. Stopped by Hunt. He'll play it low for Moss. He's got Chipchura out in front. David Moss circles, gives it to Chipchura. Kyle Chipchura. He'll backhand it into the corner. Erat waiting for it. Tied up there by Brad Hunt. Chipchura's got the puck. Checked by Hunt. The Oilers have possession. This is David Perron. Flips it out and down the ice. It was ironic that game against Minnesota on Saturday. Two of the best players in that game were David Schlemko and Kyle Chipchura. Both guys have been put on waivers.
Sometimes it takes a little stark reality to kick you into high gear.
Crombeen checked by Brandon Davidson. The puck comes out to center, and Pinizzotto gets it to settle down. He'll give it back to Mark Fane.
Guys are facing the fact that I may lose my job. I may be in the minors. Maybe I'm not playing very well. And you take some hard self-reflection to get you going in the right direction again. Sometimes guys think they're working hard, but they're not really.
Crombeen has it go off his stick to Ferentz. Brandon Gormley, who is recovering from a lower body injury, has just been reassigned to the minors. Not sure whether he will be down there as a rehab assignment or he has just been flat out sent to the minors. They've got a plethora of defensemen. Summers waits for it. Checks. Here is Hall from the corner. Nugent Hopkins. Checked by Vermette. Gets some help from Teddy Purcell. Purcell. Nugent Hopkins. Knocked down. Carries on. Hall with it now from the corner. Taylor Hall turns. His shot went off Vermette. Summers and Nugent Hopkins continue their tussle as the puck comes free. Schlemko sends it around the boards, and waiting for it there is Bodker. Mikel Bodker. Back backhands it in. Doan going after it. Petrie got there first. Gives it to the captain. Along the near side. Pass Hall. Back to McCulloch. And the puck slid just wide. Doan looking for it. Gets it back for McCulloch. McCulloch lays it down low. Hansel trying to muscle his way out in front. Good job by Ferentz. They both went down. Hall at center. End of the shift. Will dump that puck in. Dubnyk gives it to McCulloch. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Hansel. Off his skate. And shot right back in by Mark Bain. Dubnyk, 6'5", 6'6", reaches out, stops that puck. That's an advantage to have a basketball player playing goal.
It certainly is. When he goes down on his butterfly position, he still covers the entire net.
Jordan Eberle with a nice pass to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl moving in with Yakupov. Draisaitl, button hook, gets it to Yakupov in the corner. He is checked by Schlemko. Yakupov gets it back again. Tried to start the cycle, but nobody was there. Both Eberle and Draisaitl had gone to the front of the net. Keith Yandel stops, waits, throws it in because the Coyotes want to make a change. Keith Yandel playing in his 416th straight game, and he's not even the Iron Man on this team. That belongs to Antoine Vermette. He just happens to be playing in his 424th straight game. Back to the point for Schultz. And that was off Erap. Moss sees it go by him. Schultz. Arcabello. Mike hits the red line, fires it around the boards. Strong, spins, comes back to the Oilers are making a change. It comes out to center, and Jeff Petrie's got it. Petrie played over 24 and a half minutes in that game against the New York Rangers. Pinizzotto with a big hit on Michael Stone, and Stone is slow to get up. Pinizzotto, that's what he does. McMillan behind the net. McMillan to Crombeen from a sharp angle, stopped by Scrivens. Crombeen gets it back to the point. McCulloch winds, fires a snapshot. And Scrivens got a piece of that and sent it out of play.
Push and shove it.
And a little bit of conversation as Pinizzotto throws a hit.
Craig McTavish with his second stint behind Edmonton's bench early in his career, hired June 22nd of 2000. Behind the bench for 656 regular season games, 301 were victories. A real teacher as well in practice and communicator with the players. Best of times, press conferences from the 2006 Stanley Cup Final. The most memorable, pulling Harvey the Hound's tongue, as those would have been the dog days of his career.
And there is Todd Nelson, who is transitioning into the head coaching job. And officially, the Oilers win tonight. It will be Todd Nelson who gets the win. Craig McTavish is a general manager who just happens to be behind the bench.
One thing the Oilers staff is going to have to work on, Craig McTavish talked about this morning, is the duties. Who's going to have responsibility doing what? Some of it's going to overlap to start off. Craig McTavish said, which isn't a bad thing, but there's going to be some confusion initially.
Bodker. Backtracked by Purcell as the puck comes to Doan. Doan goes wide, throws the puck behind the net. It comes right to Bodker. He'll play it back for Vermette. Checked by Nugent-Hopkins. Purcell. Back to the point. Doan covering. Shane Doan with a wrist shot through traffic. Great save by Scrivens.
Really good save. Quick reaction by Ben Scrivens as he changed direction. Just a split second in front of him.
Fallen fires it into the opposite corner. Leader, Hansel, and Gagne, a forward line right now for Arizona. Yakupov got it to center. That's as far as it went. Schlemko was there. They dig for it on the near boards. Eberle comes up with it, gives it to Davidson. Petrie to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl brings it in across the blue line. Dishes off for Eberle. The return pass was unable to connect because Hansel had tied up Draisaitl. Martin Hansel, 6'6", 226 pounds. Maybe explains why he's so good in the circle.
Yeah. Those big bodies are so hard to handle. They're so strong. Martin Hansel's a strong guy.
Turnover. Draisaitl with the shot. Dubnyk the save. Yandel picks up the rebound. Plays it off the boards for Gagne. Just out of his reach. Hunt in a race for the puck, and he gets there.
We saw Gagne get out of the zone early on that. Read that play very well.
Draisaitl. Pass for Eberle out of his reach. Boss off the bench. Able to keep it in for Chipchura. Kyle Chipchura is checked by Hunt. Pitlick comes in to help out. They can't get it by Summers. Chris Summers throws it towards the net. That doesn't make it through. Yakupov ties up with Moss. Scramble for it. Back to McCulloch. McCulloch snapping a shot. A bouncer. Quick save by Scrivens as that puck was gloved ahead, so we get a whistle. Rogers Oilers hockey from the desert right here on Sportsnet.
Well, further conversations going on between Todd Nelson and Craig McTavish. Nelson once played the game before he started coaching. 5 seasons in Prince Albert. 59 points was his career high. Second team Western Hockey League All-Star. 1989, that was him. 4th round, 79th overall selection by Pittsburgh. Played 1 game for them. And then a couple years later, signed as a free agent and played 2 games and actually scored 1 goal for the Washington Capitals. Played hockey till 2002 before doing this since then.
An assistant coach with the Atlanta Thrashers in the 08-09, 09-10 season. And also a very successful coach in Oklahoma City. A division title, a couple of conference finals.
Well, he's earned a chance, this opportunity, without a doubt, with what he has done with Oklahoma City. Terrific numbers and a lot of very good statistical categories.
Justin Schultz fires a long shot. And there is Dubnyk to steer it in the corner. Comes all the way back to the point. Schultz keeps it in. Justin Schultz had a great time in Oklahoma City during the lockout. He's the best defenseman in the American Hockey League. Hansel takes Schultz into the boards. Gagne digging for the loose puck. It comes to David Perron. Perron goes to the middle for Arcabello. Arcabello chips it in. Pitlick giving chase. Pitlick circles the net. The Oilers make a change. He'll throw it in behind the cage with 8 minutes left to go in this first period. The Coyotes with 7 shots. The Oilers with 4. These teams will meet again this month. It'll be the 3rd time in December these teams come together. They'll be the last game before Christmas. Will be in Edmonton on the 23rd. McMillan gets thrown to the ice there by Petrie, and a penalty coming up as Jeff Petrie will go to the box for interference.
McMillan is hurt.
This period brought to you by Sport Check. This holiday season, don't give just any gift. Give the gift of sport.
Brandon McMillan is driving towards the net. And he is grabbed. Watch when he goes down. Oh, that is hard. Going down like that. Brandon McMillan was bent over and not in very good shape after that. Jeff Petrie in the box. The power play for the Arizona Coyotes, almost said it. The Arizona Coyotes is very good. They are scored 3 goals in their last 10 power play opportunities.
Right, 10th in the league right now. They were 1 for 3 and against Minnesota on Saturday. And it's the first power play of this hockey game. The season series against the Oilers, they're 4 for 11. Matt Hendricks and Teddy Purcell start the penalty kill.
One of the reasons that they're so good on the power play, that they've been very successful, is that man right there. Keith Yandel is absolutely terrific on the power play. He has 20 points this season, but 13 of them have come on the power play. He can dish the puck, he can shoot the puck. He shoots the puck and gets it through with guys like Hansel and Bodker and Vermette in front, and of course a guy like Shane Doan. So good at recovering pucks. They're very formidable when they've got the man advantage.
2 of his 3 goals this year have come with the man advantage. He stays out there with Ekman Larsson. As you mentioned, Vermette and Doan are up front along with Bodker. Vermette with the puck now. Vermette being watched by Arcabello, joined up front on the penalty kill with Nugent Hopkins. It is Fane and Ferentz on the blue line. And they're doing a good job right now preventing the Coyotes from entering the zone. Ekman Larsson gets surrounded by Ferentz and Nugent Hopkins, and it is Arcabello who finishes off and sends it down the ice. Just over a minute of power play time. Jeff Petrie in the box for interference. Sam Gagner. Elias Reeder. Back to the point it comes. Yandel waiting for it. He'll give it to Schlemko. Schlemko off the stick of Davidson. Yandel can't keep it in. And he has to hustle. He's got Hendricks bearing down on him. Quickly up for Reeder. Given to Gagner, who swoops it in. Scriven stops it to Ferentz. Ferentz checked by Gagner. Nugent Hopkins also gets checked as the puck comes right back to Scrivens. He calmly gives it to Arcabello, who sends it down the ice. And both teams want to change up as the penalty kill winds down for the Oilers. Erod gains the zone, but Everly gains the puck. Jordan Everly. And lost it back. Erod to McCulloch. To Martin Erod. Erod down low for Moss. Chipchura out in front. This is Moss with the puck. He'll give it to Ekman Larsson back up top. Here comes McCulloch shot, and it's blocked by Taylor Hall. He starts away. Petrie out of the penalty box. Here's Jeff Petrie moving in. Snaps the shot. Off the glove of Devin Dubnyk. And kept in by the Oilers.
Hall with a very good block. And then head up right away, but Jeff Petrie could not handle that pass clean. It was up in the air. He had to drop it. But still, excellent job on getting the shot away.
And they limited the Arizona Coyotes to no shots on that power play.
That's the important part. You're right.
Nugent Hopkins brings it in with Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins snaps a shot. He scores. Ryan Nugent Hopkins
32.
makes it a 1-0 on that. And they limited the Arizona
0% vertically
Coyotes to no
scrolled.
shots on that power play.
That's the important part. You're right.
Nugent Hopkins brings it in with Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins snaps a shot. He scores. Scores.
Mark Protestu.
1-0 game.
Oilers have a 1-0 game. Mark Protestu. 9th goal of the season.
8th goal of the season.
This is a nice breakout out of your zone. Almost a neutral zone breakout. Good support. Watch Teddy Purcell here. Watch him run a little interference. That clears that shooting lane. And that little toe drag is so nice. So Teddy Purcell runs a little interference. And that little drag in, snap the puck. Little toe drag right there with the shot. Really throws a goaltender off. It's hard to pick up where that shot's coming from. Ryan Nugent Hopkins gets the shot through the legs of the defenseman. McCulloch. And the Oilers get the lead in the first period. How's that?
3 points in his last 4 games for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. And his 5th career goal against the Arizona Coyotes. Hunt and Schultz get the assists. And for Brad Hunt, his first NHL in his last the assists. Hunt and Schultz get the assists. And for Brad Hunt, Hopkins get the assists. NHL assist. 14:56, the time to goal that has given the Oilers a 1-0 lead in the first period. 4:33 left to go. Perron from the corner, back to Davidson at the point. Let's go behind his net, checked by Perron. The puck comes down to the near side for Met. Takes a hit from Pidley. Going to the middle it goes. After into the shift, will just dump it in. Shots are even at 7 apiece. Justin Schultz gets his 10th assist of the season. Davidson works it to the red line and fires the puck in. And a penalty coming up. I call it tripped up Jordan Everly. So with 3:58 left to go, the Oilers will have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th goal. Go. The Oilers will have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th left to go. The Oilers will have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th goal of the year. The Oilers have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th goal of the year. The Oilers have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th goal of the year.
They give the Oilers a 1-0 lead.
Jordan Everly gets in first on the forecheck, and Zbigniew Michalek ends up in the penalty box.
0% vertically scrolled.
He trips Jordan Everly to the ice.
You know your business. We know how to protect it. Inside Insurance, specializing in the oil and gas and construction industries. InsideInsurance.ca.
Nugent Hopkins, Everly, and Purcell up front. Hall and London are on the road. The Oilers 0 for 2 in the game against the Rangers. on Sunday. They have scored twice in the season series against Arizona. This is their 12th power play of the series. Penalty killing has not been strong for the Coyotes. They are ranked 28th most overall and here at Gila River.
This is a very good, hard-working, defensively responsible team. Surprises me.
Hall backhands it in. Nugent Hopkins giving chase. Summers gets there first, takes a hit. Hall's got the puck, plays it around the boards. Brad Hunt at the point. The half wall for Everly. To the middle, Nugent Hopkins back to Hunt. Faking the shot was Hall. Purcell parks himself in front. Hall and Nugent Hopkins play catch, and now it comes to Everly. Everly, quick shot, and no rebound for Purcell on the save by Devin Dubnyk.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You are covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
So a bit of a different look for the Edmonton Oilers on this power play. Teddy Purcell in front, little bump and play, a little pass back and forth, and then go cross box to Jordan Everly. Teddy Purcell, though, cannot get back around in front to screen Dubnyk, so he tries to wave at it with a stick, maybe get a deflection. If you're going to be man in front, you've got to be very, very active, and when the puck starts to move, you got to move.
Perron, Nail Yakupov and Leon Draisaitl are up front now. With Petrie and Schultz on the blue line. Second the shot, and Draisaitl the rebound. Yakupov tries the wraparound, hits the side net. Purcell fights.
Finds Sekera.
That's Perron fighting for it. Gets it to Perron, to Schultz. Schultz dishes off to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl. It is Perron in front against Schlemko. Schultz down low for Petrie. Petrie finds Perron. David Perron finds up top for Schultz. Winds, fires through traffic. Tipped by Draisaitl, and he tipped it wide. 18 seconds of power play time remaining. Just over 2 minutes left to go in this first period. Schultz will lead the last rush. Give it to Petrie. Petrie goes wide, throws it behind the net. Yakupov waiting for it on the near side. McCulloch is out of the box. The teams are at even strength. Petrie hammers a shot, and it's deflected by Dubnyk up into the netting.
Leon Draisaitl in front as a big kid who should be able to be pretty good in front. And this time he doesn't go in front of the eyes. He just sets up for a deflection. Justin Schultz realizes it, takes his little bit off the shot. Draisaitl unfortunately steers it right into Devin Dubnyk, unfortunately for the Edmonton Oilers, but a good idea. A little bit more talk from Todd Nelson to Leon Draisaitl.
Oilers generate 2 shots on that power play. Both teams are 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Doan to the corner it goes. Botker gets to it, but Payne got his stick in the way. Pinizzotto back for the Oilers to Gaston, just out of his reach. Now bouncing puck controlled by Chris Summers to Keith Yandel. Doan flips it in. Vermette gives chase. Payne off the stick of Vermette, comes right to Hendricks. Merritz takes a look as the Coyotes make changes. Gaston. Ekman Larsson goes right up the middle for Moss, who dishes to Erat. Martin Erat. Moss parks himself in front of Ben Scrivens. Forward battle continues. Chipchura works it back to the point. McCulloch. Ekman Larsson tipped by Erat, and he tipped it wide. Scrivens will jump on the puck and hang on to it. Well, we have our first winner in the Safeway Score and Win contest this evening by shopping at Safeway. Jeff Stephen of Edmonton has won the Blu-ray prize pack from E1 courtesy of Safeway and Christie Crackers. Congratulations, Jeff, and that's all on the goal by Ryan Nugent Hopkins, his 8th of the year. He now has 20 points on the season. And half of those points have come on the road. Schultz and Hunt get the assists. And as I mentioned, Brad Hunt now has his first NHL helper. 40 seconds left to go in the period. Schlemko to Yandel. Yandel closing in on 100 shots. And Drew mentioned he is one of the more offensive defensemen. He's got 20 points on the season.
He gets up in the play really well. Moves the puck efficiently out of his own. Good hit in the neutral zone.
Hit like fun Gagne. Arcabello back into his own zone. He will give it to Brad Hunt. Plays it off the glass. Can't get it by Reeder. Now it comes to Perron, who's going to just dump it in. Enjoy the fact that the Edmonton Oilers have played a solid road period. And David Hammer, they have the lead after the first 20 minutes of play.
win against the Avalanche.
They have the lead after the first 20 minutes of play.
After 20 minutes of play.
It's Rogers Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet, and it is where the Edmonton Oilers currently lead the Arizona Coyotes by a count of 1-0 at the Gila River Arena. Meanwhile, it's time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Linda Hinton of Grand Prairie could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet. Well, the Edmonton Oilers are certainly community-minded. Same could be said for Kaboom, which is a non-profit group which helps build playgrounds. And it was in conjunction with the Arizona Coyotes Foundation that in a day, not only the foundation, but players and coaches and staff members of the Coyotes were involved. Look at them just stepping on that sand to get it ready. It was December 8th. Shane Doan, working away, longtime member of this community, started at 7:30 a.m., and they were done by the end of the workday. Unfortunately, just like one of the elements at the playground, considering the Coyotes are winless in 9 at home, the team has lately been on a big slide.
Let's take a look at the first period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
Only the 4th time this year that the Edmonton Oilers scored first and took a lead into the first period intermission. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Brad Hunt gets his first NHL assist. Justin Schultz also with an assist. Oilers outshoot the Coyotes 11-7. Wasn't exactly coming out like you shot out of a cannon, but they did get the result that they wanted. Also on that play, honorable mention to Teddy Purcell.
And for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 49th career goal. You kind of forget sometimes that he's just 21 years old. His 49th is the difference right now as the second period is underway. 4th of 5 meetings between these teams. They will wrap up the season series. 4th of 5 meetings between these teams. They will wrap up the season series. December 23rd at Rexall.
November 27th.
Ekman Larson. McCulloch throws it towards the net. Deflected by Hunt into the corner. And it's picked up on the near side by Schultz. Schultz to Purcell. Purcell to Hall. Taylor Hall stops, takes the shot. And that one goes off McCulloch and wide. Another snapshot there by Hunt. Doan off the boards and out to center. Ferentz puts it right back in as both teams want to make changes. Oilers will be in San Jose on Thursday, and they're going to go home to play Dallas on Sunday.
San Jose has not played since.
And they're going to play LA on Saturday, Vancouver on Monday. And those will both be road games.
Edmonton Oilers get a rush off the bat here. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins driving the net wide. Taylor Hall wants to shoot the puck and go to get the rebound to him. Not able to do it. But then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picks it up, but a good block in front. Beneath Mahalik, always with the block.
They are the 5th best team in the NHL when it comes to block shot.
Puck and go to get the rebound to him. Not able to do it. But then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picks it up, but a good block in front. Beneath Mahalik, always with the block.
Sunday.
32 minutes. San Jose has not played since.
And they're going to play
One of the reasons
LA
that the Edmonton Oilers liked Chris Russell and brought him in as a free agent signing is because he does stuff like this. He is a terrific puck retrieval defenseman. Gets his head turned before he even gets the puck. He knows where he wants to go. Makes a quick turn, escapes 2 forward checkers, and bang, the Oilers are out of their zone. Something they desperately need is defensemen who can get the puck going north.
2 assists in that game on Wednesday. Yoki Baka, wrist shot, glove save, Talbot.
Off the bat here, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins driving the net wide. Taylor Hall wants to shoot the puck and go to get a rush. Off the bat here, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins driving the net wide. Taylor Hall wants to shoot the puck and go to get the rebound to him. Not able to do it. But then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picks it up, but a good block in front. Binyk Mahalik always with the block.
They are came in with 80 as their leader, tied for second most in the NHL. Flying in with 83. And Schlemko combined to get the puck down the ice. Petrie will turn and start back for the Oilers.
The Oilers.
Has to flex off of Yakupov's stick and pass it out.
Jimmy Playfair had to react quickly on the Arizona bench. Well, it'll be interesting to watch some of the players and how they respond to the new coach. Jeff Petrie throws across, deflects off the stick of Nail Yakupov. Jimmy Playfair, big guy, ducks quickly. He's still a good athlete. Still got those cat-like reflexes.
He's in the game. Draisaitl takes a hit there from Reeder. Gagne snaps a shot, Scrivens the save. Reeder behind the net. One more time. This time it's Hansel with a shot. Gets deflected over top of the net. Reeder, Gagne, and Hansel get out there and create a power play.
Jeff Petrie going back to the penalty box. This will be a hooking penalty in the defensive zone. His stick just gets caught up. He tries to get it loose, but it gets up too high, gets caught in the equipment. And Craig McTavish will send the penalty killers over. Or sorry, Todd Nelson will. One of them will send some penalty killers over. Here's Jeff Petrie. Gets the stick in there and taking the hand off the stick as if to show the ref, yes, it is me who's committing this infraction. That's the international sign for, I'm not doing anything, don't call me out, darn it.
Busted. Oilers did not allow the Coyotes a shot on a power play in the first period. Yandel, centering pass picked off by Purcell, and he will send it down the ice. He and Hendricks are up front to start this penalty kill. Nugent-Hopkins hops over the boards. Ferentz and Fain on the blue line. Hendricks is now going to go to the boards, and it will be Arcabello who joins Nugent-Hopkins. Ekman Larsson with a pass to Bodker. Bodker, back to the point he comes. Ekman Larsson, here's Yandel firing a shot. Scrivens, top of the paint. Couldn't control the rebound. Fain cleared it away as Bodker came swooping in.
Like Talbot.
Arcabello now intercepts the pass and sends it down the ice. Picked up by Yandel. To Gagne. Quick pass to Hansel. Hansel snaps a shot and a body save by Scrivens. Arizona with 9 power play goals at home. They are ranked 23rd. They are much better away from home when it comes to the man advantage. Schlemko finds Gagne. Gagne crisscrossing with Reeder. Sam Gagne back to the point. Yandel goes cross ice. Schlemko steps into a shot. Scrivens makes the save with Big Hansel providing the screen. Dubnyk out to play it down to 27 seconds left to go in the second power play of the game for Arizona. Schlemko will bring it in. Hansel to the corner. Fain gets there first. Ferentz follows up, gets it to Hall. Hall trying to get it out. Gets a couple of cracks at it. Now he will lead a shorthanded charge. Hall with the shot. Dubnyk the save. And he'll hang on to it.
When there's trouble at your net, when you're on the penalty kill, and even when you're 5-on-5, you have to collapse to the net. And Ben Scrivens finds the shot, but the rebound is loose. Mark Arcabello comes back, and he's the guy, the forward from the weak side, the strong side, I should say, which is the puck side, able to come back and clear. And you've got Mark Fain there as well, making sure that nothing sneaks in behind Ben Scrivens. Good job collectively, shorthanded.
Hall wins the draw back to Schultz. Penalty is over. Arizona with 4 shots on that power play. Chip Chura. Long shots. Big rebound. Ekman Larsson will look at Eberle get there first. McCulloch races to try and keep it in, but he can't. Instead, it is Erat bringing it back in. Dishes to Chip Chura. Chip Chura with a nice move. Following up is Erat. Right out in front it comes. And it's picked up by Hall. He'll give it to Eberle. Eberle chips it in. Hall and Eberle will peel off. Ekman Larsson goes down. Yakupov off the bench takes Erat into the boards. Erat, Draisaitl, and Perron up front now. Pass for Chip Chura. Missed. No icing. Hustle play there by Doan, but he played the puck back, and it's picked off by Perron. David Perron to the corner it goes. Yakupov follows. It's Schlemko. Digging forward is Draisaitl. Schlemko comes away with it, and he will lead the charge for the Coyotes to Vermette. Now to Doan. Doan moving in with Butcher. Steps his shot, and that one goes right through the blue paint. Summers with a shot, and oh, what a save by Ben Scrivens.
Justin Schultz makes the basic mistake right here. Going for the puck and not the man. And now everybody gets a little puck mesmerized. Start looking at that thing, and puck goes through the crease and just misses. Shane Doan in front. Is that Shane Doan or Moss in front? That's David Moss in front, big number 18. Just goes through him. Ben Scrivens on this one. Wow, that's a tougher save than it looked like, because Nail, yeah, you can see the look from Scrivens to Nail Yakupov going, I got this. Let me make the glove save, kid.
Not you.
No. It's a great look at it, guys.
Joe Vitale against Matt Hendricks. From the draw, controlled by Arizona, but the puck gets by McMillan. Dubnik. Schlemko off the boards. Crombeen chips it in. Fain gives chase. Gets there first. Takes a hit from Vitale. McMillan then knocks down Hendricks. The puck ends up behind the net. It's still loose. McMillan comes out of that. Davidson ties him up. Hendricks calmly gets it to Gazdic. And Gazdic will move it out. Backhanded into the corner. Go after it against Schlemko. Pinizzotto in support. Pinizzotto gets it. A shot from Crombeen. The puck's loose, and now Arizona come away with it. Yandel to Crombeen. Crombeen across the blue line. He gets turned away by Brad Hunt, but it's going to be an icing call against the Oilers.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich KO2 tire. BF Goodrich. Take control.
Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Christie Crackers.
It was Antoine Vermette who dominated the face-off circle in the first period. He won 7 of 8 draws. But this time, it is Gagne who wins the draw. Hansel got thrown out of the circle. Hansel, there's a snapshot by Gagne that missed. Comes all the way back to Summers at the point. He will give it to Reeder. Reeder with a shot towards the net. Gagne was right in the blue paint. The puck gets deflected to the corner. Hansel going after. Hansel to Reeder. He snaps a shot, and Scrivens makes another save. Summers throws it towards the net. This time it's blocked before it could get through by Tyler Pitlick. 16 shots for the Coyotes, 12 for the Oilers. Schultz lays it off the boards, gets the puck out to center. Schultz back to pick it up in his own net as the Coyotes make changes. Mark Arcabello drops it back to Brad Hunt. He will give it to Schultz. Schultz finds Arcabello across the blue line with Perron. Pitlick going to the front of the net. Puck doesn't get there. Chipchura. Irak with David Moss. Ekman Larson with it now. He is turned aside, and Teddy Purcell has the puck. Teddy Purcell. Nice dish to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins drops it for David Perron. Gets it back again. Bounces it towards the net. Went off McCulloch. Petrie keeps it in at the blue line. Here's Purcell. Checked by Vermette. Erat to Moss. He'll send it in slowly. Andrew Ferentz. Now to Hall. Taylor Hall, long pass for Purcell. Purcell's got Petrie joining him. Purcell, drop pass. Nugent Hopkins, snapshot. Dubnik the save, no rebound. Rogers, Oilers hockey, right here on Sportsnet.
At 11:30 a.m. this morning, the Edmonton Oilers had their skate. An hour and a half before that, Dallas Eakins held his goodbye press conference, did about a half hour's worth of talking, and he's continued to talk over the last couple of days with the Edmonton Oilers. Has talked to many players. One of them was David Perron, and as well Taylor Hall. In fact, Taylor Hall called Dallas Eakins, a closing conversation between the star player and the former coach as all sides move forward.
That's all you can do. You move forward and you wish each other the best, because when it comes down to it, on the bottom line, this is the profession that we all chose. And for Dallas, you wish him the best, because I think he'll get another opportunity, because I think Elliot explained it perfectly when talking about Bill Belichick and Ronnie Lancaster. Not all great coaches and start out with a successful first run at it. And Dallas is smart. He's a smart guy who will only get better from here on in. This will make him stronger.
Sam Gagner with Reeder and Hansel. Gagner from the corner. Sharp angle shot comes all the way back to Schlemko. Hansel to Gagner, back to Keith Yandel. Yandel down low for Hansel, gets by him. Schlemko put it between his legs, and it came right to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl with Eberle, Petrie catching up, and this is Jeff Petrie. For Eberle in the corner. He gets stopped. Reeder gets the puck to Gagner. Gagner, slow bouncer right on to Scrivens. He'll hang on with Antoine Vermette right in front of him.
Sam Gagner was a healthy scratch earlier this past week.
Yep, he did not play against Minnesota.
Yeah. And you look at Sam Gagner's numbers from the 07 draft. Very respectable, but he has had trouble transitioning to this new situation here in Phoenix. Dave Tippett talked about the first game that the Coyotes and the Oilers played back in Edmonton. Dave Tippett kind of went through it in his career when he was a player and was gone from Hartford. It's a very, very different situation.
And without a goal in his last 3 and without an assist in his last 8 coming in.
It's hard for players sometimes to just let it go and just go play. That's why it was one of our forward keys tonight. Your transition to different players, you have to get used to different wingers and forwards and teammates and how things are done. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And that's when you really require that mental toughness that we all talk about and hear about.
Closing in on the halfway point of this hockey game, and the Oilers players getting 2 different voices behind the bench. How do you think they have played so far?
I thought there'd be more energy, more fire, more a little bit of, acid in their game. But they have been effective as far as their scheme, their system. They've been pretty regimented in that. They've been very careful. And Elliot Friedman talked about it looks like some guys are afraid to make a mistake, and that's exactly what Teddy Purcell talked about today. Can't be afraid to make a mistake. You're just going to get put back out there. Don't keep staring at it. If you make a mistake, get back out and do something right.
Erat with the puck now. Erat will give it to McCulloch. McCulloch towards the net. Moss waiting for it. Didn't get through as Brad Hunt prevented it. Here's another shot that does get through for McCulloch and is steered aside by Scrivens. Hunt gets knocked down, and the Coyotes put pressure on Teddy Purcell. Outlet pass to Hall, and he starts away with Nugent Hopkins. Hall cuts to the middle. Taylor Hall, his pass is picked off by Gagner. Gagner with Erat. Marty Erat stops, throws it towards the net. Rebound in front. Kept in at the point. Keith Yandel with an opportunity. Opportunity for Hansel, but it was gloved ahead. And Gagner has his palms in the air saying, I didn't glove that ahead, it hit me.
That doesn't matter because Ben Scrivens made an unbelievable save. This is a tough save. Scrivens is going one way. The puck drops back the other side. Yeah, I would argue that wouldn't be gloved ahead either. Martin Hansel with a terrific shot, but what a save by Ben Scrivens. And maybe that's what we should be talking about right now with the Coyotes having 20 shots halfway through the game. Ben Scrivens has been marvelous.
2014, the shots on goal.
I think that word marvelous, not used a lot.
Unless you're talking about Marvin Hagley.
That's right, the great, the wonderful, marvelous Marvin Hagley.
Kitazato. Ball shot. Dubnik, blocker save. Now, Vitale. To the middle. Here's a chance for McMillan. Snaps a shot. He scores. Joe Vitale sets up Brandon McMillan for his first goal in 45 games. And we get a tie here in the desert.
Nice shot, but keep your eye on Luke Gazdic right here. Luke Gazdic comes in, now he's swinging back. Who should he pick up? He should get his head on a swivel and find the guy behind him. Instead, he wants to pressure the puck. He goes over.
Play keyboard shortcut K button. 0%.
Man is the
Keyboard shortcut K button.
If he turns and he finds Brandon McMillan, which is what he should be doing, this goal doesn't happen. But instead, Brandon McMillan's left wide open. It's a heck of a shot up in the corner. McMillan's got all kinds of time. That way, I know Luke Gazdic, what he's trying to do, he just wants to get going, wants to pressure the puck, but that time, get your head on a swivel, take a breath, find the dangerous guy.
10:24, the time of the goal. His first of the season. For Brandon McMillan, we're tied at 1. Joe Vitale didn't have an assist in 22 games coming in. And he's got his third. Summers gets the other helper on the goal by McMillan. Senzel across the blue line. Throws it towards the net. And that is deflected by Scrivens up into the netting. It has been a while for Brandon McMillan. He has tied the game here at 1. The Shirts Are Far Back online charity auction presented by Rogers is now open. Bid on exclusive memorabilia and experiences, including an autographed Gretzky 1984 Stanley Cup reunion jersey and the opportunity to appear in the 2014-15 Edmonton Oilers team photo. Proceeds from the Shirts Off Our Back online charity auction will be directed to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation and the Christmas Bureau of Edmonton. To bid on these items and much more, visit OilersFoundation.ca.
He did a great job of that, by the way.
Tell you what, buddy. That's what I do. Gene can't be everywhere. He was signing autographs.
He's there.
Vermette missed on the shot, but it's kept in by Bonker. His shot doesn't get through, as Davidson prevented that from getting to Scrivens. 22 shots for the Coyotes, 14 for the Oilers. We've got 8:41 left to go in the second period. A 1-1 game. Goals by Nugent-Hopkins and McMillan. Argamello, and a great tip by Baron right on to Dubnik, who made the save. Finland trying to keep it in. Hunt could not add the blue line. And it's an offside call against the Oilers.
Brad Hunt. Now, this is an interesting situation for Brad Hunt. One of the reasons being the fact that he can really shoot the puck, which you've already talked about. The other aspect is when he does get out on that power play, and Louis DeBrusk talked about this a few games ago, when he brings the puck up, he brings the puck up with urgency, with authority. He gets his feet moving. Sometimes the Oilers in the last little while have been a little slow breaking that power play up the ice. Louis DeBrusk pointed out a few games ago, I like when Hunt's out there. And also, he is very familiar, as is with his new head coach, Todd Nelson. It'll be fun to watch Brad, see what he can do with this opportunity.
Ball from the corner with Purcell and Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins. Paul takes Chipchura into the boards, and he is going to go to the penalty box. Irak moving in as Dubnik goes to the bench. Now Scrivens will touch it, and the Coyotes will get their third power play of the game.
Climb higher than ever before with the new King of the Hill, the 2015 Ski-Doo Summit XT3 from Martin Motorsports.
Taylor Hall going to the penalty box. That's a hit. In the back, in the numbers, right into the boards. Boarding the call, is that right? Boarding the call. Taylor Hall made sure Kyle Chipchura was okay, but it'd be very important for the Oilers in this critical moment to kill this penalty.
And a big face-off win by Matt Hendricks.
Remember when Arcabello and Hendricks were out last game? They were really aggressive on the penalty.
Davidson and Fain are the blue liners as Vermette drops it back for Bodker. Bodker back to Yandel. He'll give it back to Bodker. Bodker. Down low it goes. Stone trying to feed it in front. Vermette gives it to Bodker, who will give it to the captain. Shane Doan. Bodker. Back at the point is Yandel. To Bodker as they works the near boards. To Vermette, but it is picked off there by Arcabello. He will sit at the length of the ice And the Oilers will change up their penalty killers, and that means Nugent Hopkins hops over the boards. Ekman-Larsson around Ferentz. Ekman-Larsson comes back to Vermette. He'll get the puck back again, snaps it over to Yandel. He throws a shot, and that one clinks off the crossbar and goes out of play.
This was a well-screened shot. As Ben Scrivens tries to find it, Jeff Petrie is there. Martin Hansel is there. And Hansel just eclipses the sun for Ben Scrivens. And from the overhead, you can see Scrivens looking, goes down and just glances off the crossbar. Hansel doing a fantastic job.
You talked about not using marvelous a lot. How about clinks?
Clinks, that's a good one too. You don't hear that often.
No, that just sort of
unless you
came
watch
out.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah. Gagne.
Trying to get that reference, you 25 to 30-year-olds.
Gagne goes cross ice, and there's a shot that rises over top of the net. Off the stick of Reeder. Down to 33 seconds left to go in the penalty to Taylor Hall. Ferentz on the intercept will force the Coyotes back into their own zone. Yandel to Reeder. Drops for Hansel. Hansel gives it to Gagne. He was checked by Arcabello as he got it back to Yandel. This is Gagne. Down low. Here's Reeder's shot. Great save by Scrivens. Another opportunity for Schlemko denied. And Petrie sends it down the ice. Remember, the last time we did a game, it was Tobias Reeder who scored twice short-handed. Put that game away on December the 1st. Penalty is over. One shot. Here's another one from Chapchura. Schultz got a piece of it. Here's another chance. Oh, look at Scrivens make the save.
Oh, my goodness. What a save that was.
Keeps it a 1-1 game. Down but not out was Ben Scrivens. And this will be an icing call against the Coyotes.
That was marvelous. What a terrific job by Ben Scrivens. Again, screen in front, trying to find the play. Nice little Stafford play to a shot by Tobias Reeder. The second opportunity thwarted by Ben Scrivens. This is a deflection, a little bit of a knuckleball. Down and out, trying to find it. And that right there, Ben Scrivens turning, finding the puck and making a old-time double pad. I'm just going to throw anything I can at it, save.
Chipchura lays it behind the net. Hunt gets there first, sends it around the boards. And that hit Chipchura. Ben Scrivens, 25 saves in the hockey game, but that was a circus stop right there.
The Goals for Kids program is proudly sponsored by Cenovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Cenovus will donate $400 to Kidsport. To date, the Oilers have scored 66 goals for a total of $26,400.
Well, Ben Scrivens is doing his part right now. The Coyotes out shooting Edmonton 19-5 in this second period, but it stays 1-1. 26-16 overall in favor of Arizona. David Perron for Ferentz. Arcabello. Pitlick. Now to Petrie. Petrie fires a shot. The rebound comes all the way to Crombeen. He'll get it to McMillan. He'll backhand it in after taking a hit from Jeff Petrie. Ferentz around the boards. Puck almost intercepted there by Joe Vitale. Ferentz gave it away to Vitale this time. He gets tied up, though, by Petrie right away. Bacher in to help out. Digs the puck free. Back to the point. Ekman-Larsson sets into a shot. What a save by Scrivens. Another chance for Vitale denied. Perron wants to get it out, and he will get it out to center.
What a hard-working shift for Joe Vitale.
Ekman-Larsson brings it in. Ekman-Larsson had save. Another save as it went off Doan and came right to Scrivens. He will cover it up, and he is the story right now in the second period.
He certainly is. He is on his game, and you can watch his head. He's finding the puck everywhere. Just a few seconds earlier, Giveaway behind the net turns into a good chance. Look at Joe Vitale fight to get to the front of the net. That's a good save. That second one's pretty good too. Mark Arcabello helping out again. And there's the other one. This kind of threw a little bit of a change-up at him again. Ben Scrivens kicks it out, but it pops back to him where the rebound could have been a little bit more dangerous.
Vermette from the corner. Doan behind the net. Shane Doan trying to work it out in front. Schultz prevented that. But the Oilers remain pinned in their own zone. Doan with a shot, and Scrivens comes up big again. Bodker back to the point. Ekman Larson moves to the middle. Fires a shot off the pad of Scrivens as he continues to bar the door.
Need a pushback here from the Oilers. Get the puck out of the zone.
Ekman Larson keeps it in. Another shot and another save by Ben Scrivens. 30 saves. Hall will pick it up. Trying to relieve that pressure. Put it off the stick of Doan. It does come to center. But possession back to Arizona. 31-16 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second period. McCulloch chased back into his own zone by David Perron. Ekman Larson under pressure again from 57. Threw it to the middle. It's picked up by Hansel. He'll give it to Tobias Reeder. Reeder to Gagne. Gagne to the middle it goes. Hansel. Couple of cracks in the backhand. Schultz. He lost it. Reeder back to the point. Yandel lets it go. And that hit Pitlick. The race is on. Yandel lays it off the boards and is brought in offside.
Almost a 2-1 margin. The Coyotes are out shooting. In which the Coyotes are out shooting the Edmonton Oilers, I should say. 31-16. Now 32-16. So Dave Tippett's team has been putting the push on right now. The other aspect when you watch Dave Tippett's team is that he has instructed his guys to get to the front of the net. They're doing a very good job on screening Ben Scrivens, which makes it even more special how Ben is finding that puck.
Dave Tippett's teams, the Dave Tippett Coyotes teams, are 18-2-3 while he's been behind the bench against the Edmonton Oilers. Gaston takes a bump from Schlemko. Moss feeds it to Irak. Irak to Summers. Chipping it in. Irak first on it. Davidson recovers, ties the puck up. It's still alive, and it comes to Pinizzato. Pinizzato to Henricks. Henricks took a funny hop off the stanchion. Gaston behind the net. Lost it to Schlemko, who plays it off the glass. Ferentz trying to keep it in, but it was gloved ahead, and we've got a whistle.
Well, you know, Dallas Eakins couldn't find traction this year. Sometimes it was goaltending, sometimes it was defense, but bottom line, guys just weren't producing. Jordan Eberle, in the last 16 games, he's the guy that leads all scorers with just 3 goals. Taylor Hall hasn't scored 9. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, well, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is at least one guy that you look at from start to finish, plays the game hard. Teddy Purcell, Nail Yakupov, guys that Craig McTavish brought in and thought, we're going to get something out of these guys, have not been able to produce it. And that's why when you walked in the dressing room the last couple of days or talked to the players, they said, this is on us. This isn't Dallas Eakins' fault. This is on us. Our performance has caused this situation. Which I thought it's pretty good for a young group to man up like that.
Yeah, and Jordan Eberle, you and I had a conversation with him this morning. That's exactly what he reiterated. Yandel at the point. He'll go cross ice. Schlemko trying to get around Yakupov. Can't do it. Kept in by Gagne with a wrist shot through traffic. Deflected by Reeder over top of the net. Reeder will play it back to Yandel. Yandel moves to the middle. Yandel now lets a wrist shot go. A slap pass. Chance for Gagne, covered up by Scrivens, and he'll get the whistle.
This is a crafty little play down near the net, but first let's go back to the puck at the point. And continued pressure from the Arizona Coyotes. Go low, high, a little drag, find a shooting lane. But you don't have to because you see that Gagne releases, and then he goes backhand close in front. Now, Gagne does a really nice job here. He just flies, he gets the passing lane, sets himself available. A lot of guys now are just going to shovel this at the feet. Instead, he goes backhand as he overchecks, as the Oilers overcheck and collapse, and still Scrivens kicks the right pad out. Good play all around.
And Gagne has not scored against his old team. It is his 4th game. All kinds of pressure by the Coyotes. thwarted time and time again by Ben Scrivens. He was beaten just once by Brandon McMillan at 10-24. But he has made 32 saves on the night. Less than a minute to go. Hall behind the net. Nugent Hopkins and Purcell join him. Hall gets knocked down by Vermette. And the Coyotes lead the zone 3-on-2. Bodker, Vermette, and Doan. Bodker stops up. McCulloch wants the puck. Snaps a shot. Goes wide. Hits Doan. Bodker's shot. And that's not going to get through because Brad Hunt got in the way.
So a 3-on-2, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is out of gas. He has not much left in the tank, and his legs are getting heavy. But I don't mind the way. I don't love the way they handle it, but pretty good. Take the two guys with the defense goal in the net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins then slides out. He's going to front the man at the side. But then, nice recovery. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, you see, his guy's legs are dead. He's coming back, come back. Now, right here, he backs up a little bit. I'd like to see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins go to the puck carrier, but I thought the defense handled that pretty well.
Face-off win for Mark Arcabello. Perron. Eberle squeezed out the puck. Perron trying to carry on. Schultz has got it just ahead of Tobias Reeder. Hansel. And the sticks of Arcabello and Hansel come together, and that puck ends up going out of play.
When you look at ice time leaders for forwards in the National Hockey League, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins just comes in slightly under Claude Giroux playing against the LA Kings. They're playing Philadelphia Flyers, and then Dustin Byfuglien. Now, we talked to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and he mentioned that his penalty killing time has gone up this year, and he likes being on the penalty kill. He says it gets his legs going, his feet moving early in the game. He really enjoys that part of it. He thinks it's helped his overall game. I mean, he told us that he doesn't have to really, he's not worried about his conditioning, doesn't really think about it too much. He likes that 21-minute mark.
Incidentally, Giroux is playing a team that also has palm trees. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, sorry, Tampa Bay.
One coast,
yeah.
The other.
Yeah. Still gorgeous weather.
Yeah.
Stamkos scored in that game when we were watching it.
Yeah.
And the shot, that guy doesn't have to have much room to shoot the puck and get it in the net.
We're down to 15 seconds in the period. Ekman Larson. To Sam Gagner, he will give it to McCulloch. Vinny McCulloch flips it. It comes right to Hansel. And he tried to send away Gagner, but Schultz broke that up. But the story, David, in this second period, Arizona out-shooting Edmonton 26-5. It's 1-1 thanks to Ben Scrivens.
Rogers, Oilers hockey on Sportsnet. It's been a defensive struggle in the desert. Both teams coming up a little dry when it comes to offense. 1-1 is the score. Ben Scrivens with what a period he had on the part of the Edmonton Oilers. It's been a bit of a quieter night on the part of former Oiler Devin Dubnyk. In the first year to play, Dubnyk forced to make 11 stops on 12 shots. Even quieter in period number 2. Only had to make 5 saves. So 1 goal on 16 shots on the part of the Edmonton Oilers. Now, 14th overall in 2004 is when Dubnyk was drafted by Edmonton after a great career. 5 years with Kamloops. He excelled there on and off the ice. He combined playing and school success. 2003, 2004, Devin with the glasses, Scholastic Player of the Year. He was amongst a number of different winners, including in front there, Kelly Kissio. His average was only 88.
Wow.
And he said he actually had some tests he didn't do well on, so you could only imagine what he would have got if he would have did great on those tests. But he's passing the exam tonight here at home.
Let's take a look at tonight's scoring summaries brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
In the first period, we saw Ryan Nugent-Hopkins open the scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, as the Oilers had a good first period. Not great, but good one. And they outshot the Phoenix Coyotes 11-7. Flip the switch, baby, because in the second period, Brandon McMillan gets his first goal of the season from Joe Vitale. And I thought that play was fantastic, which John Shannon just showed you as well. But that's the key bottom right there. 26-5, you saw the Coyotes out-shooting the Edmonton Oilers.
A franchise record for a period. 34-16 as you saw overall, but it's still a 1-1 game thanks to Ben Scrivens. And for the Oilers, we talked about their fragility, but how about the Arizona Coyotes? They haven't won in 9 straight at home. They could be vulnerable. if the Oilers can get the puck on net and get one by Dubnyk early. And the third period is underway. Hall. Purcell. His shot goes wide. Hunt keeps it in. Hunt played 13 minutes and 33 seconds through 40 minutes. His 7th game of the year. Purcell, another shot. This one goes off for Met to the corner. Ekman-Larsson can't get it by Nugent-Hopkins. Hall with it now. Hall back to the point. Schultz with a wrist shot. That one goes wide.
Offside, I don't think Schultz kept it in, so the Oilers have to clear, although Tim Purcell doesn't know it.
He is cleared now. And the Coyotes get the puck out. Hansel tips it in. Spain sends it around the boards for Everly. Gets by him. Gets by Gagne. Back to Yandel. Bouncing puck. Does eventually come to Jordan Everly. He is with Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Fakes it. Lets it go. That's what I'm going to call it. Not a miss. He's faked that shot. Draisaitl plays it back to the point. Davidson steps into a shot, and that one goes just wide.
50 little pass from Draisaitl down low.
Hansel.
Sorry, the kid can make plays on his backhand.
Oilers trying to win their 4th game of the season when tied after 40 minutes. White Nerat brings it in. Nerat dishes down low for Chipchura. Chipchura circles the net, plays it up high, and a nice defensive play there by Tyler Pitlick. Forces the Coyotes back in their own zone. He stays on the forecheck as the Oilers make a change. Ferris gets fronted there by Moss as Pitlick plays it back to Petrie. Petrie gives it to Ferris. Andrew Ferris, the pass to David Perron. He is checked by Chipchura. Ferris gets it back again. Pinizzato hammers that puck in. Kicked out in front there by Perron. Moss to Erat. He gets knocked down by Perron, who ends it up underneath him.
That stung. David Perron is going to hobble off.
Perron goes to the bench slowly as Hendricks gathers it up. He will send that puck around the boards. Shot by Schultz doesn't get through. Hendricks gathers it up. Hendricks throws it towards the net off the stick of Yandel. Right to Gazdic. Back to the point. Schultz quickly to Hunt. He winds, fires again off the stick, this time of Crombeen. But the Oilers keep possession. Now Yandel will play it off the boards for Crombeen. He can't get it by Hunt. Gazdic to Pinizzato, who takes it to the net. Good shift by this 4th line. Here is Schultz. Winds, fakes the shot. Schultz is checked there by McMillan. Carries on. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net and went up and out of play.
Here to cheer or just for the beer? Half off wings during the game and game day drink specials every time Edmonton plays all day long. Hudson's, Canada's Pub.
Leon Draisaitl likes to make plays on his backhand. It's a unique little trait he's got. That's a no-looker, but you know what? He looked before he even got the puck to make that pass. Brandon Davison just right there. Eyes up. Good shot towards net. A little high, but that's all right. And the guy sliding, so he had to get the puck up.
Good start for the Oilers in this period. The top line trying to keep that momentum created by the 4th line. Jones takes a hit there from Petrie, who goes old school on the old guy and a hip check on the 38-year-old.
Nostalgic end of the check.
McCulloch gets there ahead of his counterpart wearing number 4. Bodker turned it over to Hall. Hall out in front. It comes a backhand by Purcell. Nugent-Hopkins with a chance. Nugent-Hopkins gathers it up, gets it to Hall. Hall back to the point. Barron steps into a shot and a glove save by Devin Dubnyk. And the Oilers have put together a couple of good shifts here to start this 3rd period.
Taylor Hall fights through the interference in the neutral zone, gets on his man quick. Really good play by Taylor Hall. Then he comes back and engages again. Near side pass. Terrific save and another good save by Devin Dubnyk as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins re-attacks the net. Back to the point. Shot. But the Coyotes defense do a very good job boxing out the Oilers forwards after that. But Taylor Hall fighting through checks and getting in on the forecheck and then re-engaging again to cause the turnover.
We got David Perron. We saw David Perron shook up a little bit in his last shift, but he is out there with Arcabello and Pitlick. Hansel lines up against Arcabello. does eventually get dropped, and the Oilers get control. Pitlick plays it back to Davidson at the point. Davidson through traffic. The puck ends up in the corner. Pitlick looking for it. Nice pass to Perron. Sharp angle shot. Follows up on the rebound. Gets taken down there by Summers. And the net comes off the moorings.
I like those types of plays. I like when players at the goal line just throw the puck at the net. Can bank off a defenseman, throw it there, but what is David Perron doing? He's following that up. His first shot's not to score. His first shot is to create this second opportunity, which is shoot and follow. Shoot, follow, crash the net, maybe you're going to get a dirty one. Dubnyk doesn't fall for it, though. You notice how Devin Dubnyk, and this is, I think, where Sean Burke has really helped him. He just stays there. He just trusts that everybody else is going to get taken care of. He's going to do his job. Just stay in the post, stay tough to the net.
Dubnyk 5-2 on the season. It is Mike Smith who has really struggled. 14 losses this season, the most in the NHL.
That's been the biggest surprise change why the Coyotes are where they are.
10-16-4, their record 4-8-3 here at the Gila River Arena. Gagne. Pass broken up there by Draisaitl. Schultz to Yakupov. Stopped by Reeder, but the Oilers carry on, and it's Schultz. Yakupov. Hunt lets it go. And it goes up high and into the mesh.
A little slow developing. Not really a quick transition attack, even though it was a nice play by the Oilers to stop the attack high in their own zone. But they stay with it. Little drop pass, and Brad Hunt's going to just jump into that play, but he's not able to get everything on that shot. But you want to have that defenseman jumping up to add that second layer on your offensive attacks.
Coyotes with just one shot so far in the period. The Oilers with 3. 15:25 left to go in regulation time. Chipchura wins the draw. Moss giving chase. He's out there with Erat. Chipchura to Moss behind the net. David Moss to Chipchura to Erat. Moss is out in front. Trying to get it to him. Hit the net with it. Now it ends up on the far corner. Teddy Purcell drops it back for Justin Schultz. He'll reverse, and Brad Hunt has got it. Hunt to Hall. Hall to Purcell. Purcell dishes to Nugent Hopkins, and a good defensive play there by Martin Erat to prevent Nugent Hopkins from getting the shot.
It's a tough play. Wouldn't you like to see Teddy be more aggressive there and just try to take that to the net?
Teddy Purcell in his 20th career game against Arizona, he has put up 8 points so far. Dubnyk blockers that one into the corner. Gazdek out there with Pinizzato and Hendricks. Sam Gagne takes a big hit from Matt Hendricks. Sent the former Oiler heavily into the boards. Schlemko right up the middle for Brandon McMillan. McMillan trying to fight through the check of Petrie. Petrie around the boards. Pinizzato on the far side. Steve Pinizzato. He takes a hit from Joe Vitale as he flipped it in from behind the red line. It's going to be icing.
This period brought to you by Sport Check. This holiday season, don't give just any gift. Give the gift of sport.
Matt Hendricks can skate. When you can skate, you can inflict some damage. This is a good, strong, solid hockey hit against Sam Gagne as the play is going into the Oilers zone. Good back check, shoulder-to-shoulder check. Gagne goes hard into the boards. Good, honest, hard player, Matt Hendricks.
79th hit of the season for Matt Hendricks, who through 40 minutes had won 6 of the 8 draws he'd taken. Bodker keeps it in against Pinizzato. And a holding call on the way.
I'm not sure who it's to.
When we come back, the Coyotes will be on the power play. Pinizzato heads to the box.
Steve Pinizzato gets 2 minutes for holding. He gets away with the hook, but right there, the grab and the turn on Michael Bodker. And that results in another shorthanded situation, and maybe the most critical one so far of the game.
4th power play for the Coyotes. They have generated 5 shots on 3 power plays. A power play that produced 4 goals in 3 games so far against the Oilers. Matt Henricks out to take the draw against Antoine Vermette. And Henricks wins it back to Fane. A huge win for Matt Henricks. And now an opportunity shorthanded. Henricks and Vermette lost his stick. Henricks hooks, lays it down low. He and Teddy Purcell are up front. And Henricks burning some time off the clock as he is everywhere on this penalty kill. Now he's going to head off. Larson. Pass intended for Butker, too far for him. Fane turned it over, though, to Shane Doan behind the net. Pinned against the boards by Davidson. Fane trying to work it loose. Nugent Hopkins in there to help. Battle for the puck continues. It comes back. Ekman Larson to Yandel. Yandel, cross ice. Here is Butker. Butker to Yandel over his stick and right to Arcabello as Yandel went down. Arcabello moving in shorthanded with Davidson. He stops. He wants to change up. He'll backhand it in. Yandel looking dangerous. We talked about him. 3 goals, 2 of them on the power play. Long pass for Hansel. Read well by Petrie. Purcell just turns and sends it down the ice. Down to 44 seconds left to go, and the penalty to Steve Pinizzato, and Purcell almost intercepted that pass. Purcell getting his stick in the way of that as well. The puck does come free, and it's picked up now by number 16 one more time. And he will send it down the ice and head off. Paul and Nugent Hopkins are up front now as this penalty has just 20 seconds left on it. Hansel gave it away to Fane. And Fane sends it down the ice. Dubnik fakes one way and goes reverse to Schlemko. Pinizzato standing up, ready to get back on the ice. The Oilers hold the Coyotes to no shots. Here's a centering pass. Tim Churro is tied up by Pinizzato out of the penalty box of a great defensive play for number 13. Pinizzato gets to the red line, gets stopped, carries on, backhands it in. A huge kill for the Oilers. Arizona now 0 for 4 with a man advantage. Beverly will give it to Petrie. 11:20 left in regulation time. We're tied at 1. Leon Draisaitl with Everly and Yakupov. McCulloch off the glass, can't get it by Petrie. His shot ends up behind the net. Picked up on the far side by Butker. We'll give it to Moss. Quickly up the middle. Chip Churro stopped by Petrie. Backtracking is Everly. Scramble play in the neutral zone. Comes to Yakupov. Yakupov lost it to Butker.
Jordan Everly was not happy there on that turnover. He looked back and there, Yakupov.
Here's a turnover by Summers to Arcabello. Snaps a shot. Dubnik makes the blocker save, but Arcabello gets the rebound. Arcabello goes cross ice. Schultz walking in, right out in front, and tipped just wide by Tyler Pitlick. Hunt keeps it in at the blue line. Perron with it now. Oilers with a huge push. Here's Pitlick on the far side. Schultz down low. Pinned by Vermette against the boards. Puck comes free. Perron's got it. David Perron. Schultz to Arcabello, who started this by intercepting a pass off the stick of Chris Summers. And a penalty coming up to the Coyotes. Perron turns, lets the shot go. The puck is still loose. Another chance stopped by Dubnik. But the Oilers are going to get a power play out of all of it. They will get their second power play of the game when we come back to the Gila River Arena.
Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey features an Eastern Conference matchup as the Ottawa Senators visit the New Jersey Devils tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Mountain, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet West, Pacific East, and Ontario. Following that game, we feature the Dallas Stars and the Vancouver Canucks.
Penalty. Antoine Vermette and power play opportunity. For the Oilers. Huge one.
And winning the draw, Nugent-Hopkins. Hall lets the shot go with Purcell providing the traffic in front. The Oilers have outshot the Coyotes 9-1 in this period as Everly brings it in. Everly back to Hunt. Hunt to Hall. One-time shot. Big hand save. And sent down the ice by Brandon McMillan.
And Teddy Purcell arguing with the referee in front, thinking he was interfered with as he was trying to screen Devin Dubnik.
Nugent-Hopkins to Everly. Everly turns inside the blue line, gives it to Hunt, dishes off to Purcell. Purcell to the middle, Nugent-Hopkins back to Hunt. Here comes another one-time shot, and that one was blocked by Summers. But Hall retains possession. Hall with Nugent-Hopkins, Everly, Hunt, winds, fires a blast, and that went off Tobias Reeder. Nugent-Hopkins recovers, gets it to Purcell. Nugent-Hopkins in tight quarters, it comes back to Hunt. Hall, third time on this power play. That one skitters wide as it didn't get all of it. Hansel will now send it right down onto Ben Scrivens. 48 seconds left to go with a power play for the Oilers, their second of the game. 34 shots for the Coyotes. The Oilers up to 25 now as Draisaitl splits the defense with a backhand that goes wide. Perron on the near side. Schultz lets the shot go. That one whistles wide, and Dubnik will cover up.
Coming into the zone, another quick breakout. Good support coming out of the zone. 2 men in. It's a 2-on-1. They isolate, and Leon Draisaitl just makes a nice little move. Fakes like he's going to go pass, and then brings it back into the zone. Gets a chance on net, and a shot that Oliver Ekman-Larsson nearly tips past his own goaltender. A good shot from Justin Schultz. You want to see Justin be more aggressive shooting that puck.
20 seconds left on it to Antoine Vermette. McMillan stopped by Petrie. Yakubov trying to get a last rush in here, and he will start away. Yakubov brings it across the blue line. Gets surrounded, and it's sent down the ice by Joe Vitale. And that will do it for the power play. The Oilers generate 2 shots with the man advantage. They are 0 for 2 with 4 shots on goal. Hendricks with it now. His drop pass for Perron, broken up and back the other way. Here comes Shane Doan. Doan moving in against Arcabello. Plays it around the boards. Yandel will wait for it on the far side. Yandel behind the net for Vermette. Vermette centering pass went off Davidson. They come together behind the net. The puck is loose. McCulloch pitching, and the Oilers have an opportunity to get it out, and it's David Perron. Perron, at the end of his shift, will bounce it in. Hendricks will get there. Hendricks against Doan. Doan takes him into the boards, but Arcabello gets the pass. Hendricks in his skates against Yandel. Pitlick trying to help out, but the Coyotes get possession. They get off the glass and down the ice, and they want to get a change in. 7 minutes left to go in regulation time. The Oilers with a pushback here in the third period after being dominated on the shot clock in the second period. A franchise record 26 shots for Arizona. Hansel with it now. Martin Hansel, sharp angle shot, pad save by Ben Scrivens. Hansel trying to play it off the net, back of the net, but Hall was there defensively.
That's a turnover. That's an easy D-to-D pass that misses Andrew Ferentz and turns into a chance.
Hansel one more time. This time it's Tobias Reeder to Hansel. Another sharp angle shot. But Brad Hunt got his stick in the way. Hansel trying to fight off Hunt. To Reeder. Pass never got to him, and the Oilers start away. Hall has his stick broken. Purcell trying to buy some time. Just chips it in. He's going to head off. Perron racing in. Schlemko gets there first. Erat. Erat. To the middle it goes. Pass for Moss. Just out of his reach. He is out there with Kaptura. This is Everly. To Arcabello. Nice pass to Davidson. Davidson to Perron. Sends it in. Dubnik stops it. He will play it to Ekman-Larsson. McCulloch. Pass in the middle for Moss. Goes off the stick of Petrie and ends up going 8 rows up. It is a souvenir. Rogers Oilers Hockey right here on Sportsnet. Tonight's Outstanding Play is brought to you by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Let's go back to the second period. Ben Scrivens for the save. Second save, then turns and does everything he can to make that third save. I would say it was a stack of the pads, but it really wasn't. He just threw the pads up and did everything he could to stay with the puck. An outstanding save by Ben Scrivens, who so far has been outstanding tonight.
One of 34 that he has made so far, with 5:36 left to go in regulation time. The 2 games that he's played against Arizona so far this season, he has faced a total of 57 shots, but 35 already in this one. From the faceoff, forced outside the zone, Yandel retreats. Stone, handled by Ferentz. Arcabello gets it back to Petrie. Arcabello off the board for Perron. Schlemko right on him as Stone gives it to Vermette. Stone will bring it in. Goes wide to Yandel. Yandel back to Bucker. His shot. Scrivens didn't see it, but he made the save. In the right position. The puck hit him.
Didn't see it at all. You called it perfectly, Kevin. Was being in the right position.
Stone flips it in. Scrivens sees that. Kicks it aside. Reeder against Payne. Davidson to Hall. Hall gets knocked down or avoids the check from Hansel, and Hansel went down. Davidson up the middle for Hall, just out of his reach, but Hall stays with it. He'll sweep it around the boards. Dubnyk stops it, gives it to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson lost it to Nugent-Hopkins. He's got Hall out in front. Nugent-Hopkins turns, lets a shot go. Here's a chance. Hall is shot. Dubnyk the save. Hall retrieves, gets it back to Fane, but that's brought back in offside.
This is why you go to the front of the net. This is a good save by Ben Scrivens when Shane Doan gets in front of the net. It either goes off of Shane Doan or Andrew Ferentz, who's trying to defend him. And then a turn, fire, rebound right to Taylor Hall, but Ben Scrivens, I'm sorry, I keep saying Ben Scrivens. Devin Dubnyk does an outstanding job of pushing and sliding over to get square to that shot from Taylor Hall.
26th save of the hockey game.
It's been no slouch tonight, that's for sure.
Schlemko with a wrist shot. Scrivens the save. He had Moss providing the sure. Schlemko with a wrist shot. Go. Here's a chance. Hall is shot.
Here's a chance for the bunker. It scores. Bunker. The Coyotes have a 2-1 lead.
He's trying to defend him. And then a turn, fire, rebound right to Taylor Hall, but Ben Scrivens, I'm sorry, I keep saying Ben Scrivens. Devin Dubnyk does an outstanding job of pushing and sliding over to get square to that shot from Taylor Hall.
26th save of the hockey game.
Looks like story, that's for sure.
Schlemko with a wrist shot. Scrivens the save. He had Moss providing the sweep.
Dubnyk does an outstanding job of pushing Ben Scrivens.
Made the save.
I keep saying Ben. But his Devin Dubnyk does an outstanding job of pushing and sliding over to get square to that shot from Taylor Hall.
26th save of the hockey game.
It's been no slouch tonight, that's for sure.
Schlemko with a wrist shot. Scrivens the save. Lays it behind the net. Scrivens will stop it. Only getting to Brad Hunt, who plays it off the boards for Everman. And from Moss to Chiktura. Erat at the end of the shift. Oilers regroup in their own zone, and this is Justin Schultz. Schultz to Hunt. Brad Hunt up the middle it goes. Pitlick with Arcabello driving the net. Stick save by Dubnyk. Perron against Vermette. Vermette gives him a bump. Sends it to the corner. The captain for the Coyotes waiting for it. He gives it away to Ferentz. Dubnyk settles it down behind the net. McCullough off balance around the boards. Perron on the intercept. David Perron, he was off balance, and Shane Doan took advantage. Fired it into the corner. Bonker, Doan, Hansel. Ferentz can't get it out. Ekman-Larsson has his pocket picked there by Teddy Purcell. Purcell Sends it in. Dubnik will once again stop it. Leave it for McCulloch. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in regulation time.
Coyotes lead the Oilers 2-1.
Starts right up the middle with a pass for Taylor Hall. He takes a look, takes a hit, gets the puck down the ice. But it's going to be icing against the Oilers.
Shop at Safeway today and you could be our next lucky winner. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals.
Every possession now important with 2:31 to go. The tally against Nugent Hopkins.
NHL team.
For Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals.
Every possession now important with 2:31 to go.
Current Sportsnet telecast, you could win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals.
Every possession now important with 2:31 to go. The tally against Nugent Hopkins. And a timeout is being taken by the Edmonton Oilers. Every possession now important with 2:31 to go. The tally against Nugent Hopkins. And a timeout is being taken by the Edmonton Oilers against Nugent Hopkins. And a timeout is being taken by the Edmonton Oilers. That'll give us a chance to take a look at the game review brought to you by The Brick, saving you more on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and big screen TVs.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins opened the scoring in the first period. First time the Oilers have done that in a while with his 8th goal of the season. Nice little snapshot with the honorable mention according to Teddy Purcell. Ben Scrivens, marvelous in the second. 26 shots the Oilers allowed, 25 saves by Ben Scrivens. And Brandon McMillan was the guy that did end that shutout streak in the second period with a super shot, his first goal of the season, but he sniped it top corner.
The Oilers outshot by the Rangers 22-16. That was the second time they had come up with only 16 shots in a game. Not the story tonight, as they have fired 27 shots the way of Devin Dubnik. Tonight, as they have fired 27 shots the way of Devin Dubnik.
The backyard innings.
But the Coyotes are one away from 40.
YouTube, the backyard innings.
And Ben Scrivens has been marvelous, making 38 saves. Once again, Nugent Hopkins against Joe Vitale. Vitale wins it back to McCulloch. McCulloch puts it towards the net. It hit Vitale. This is Gagne out in front of the shot, and again Scrivens is saying McCulloch with a shot that goes wide. And when Larson let that original shot go, Hall with it now. Taylor Hall beside himself and all alone because he's not beside himself. He was just alone at the end of the shift. He is headed to the bench now with just over 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. Matt Hendricks picks it up at center and brings it across. Backhand. Dropped by Dubnik. Yakubov to Eberle. Eberle. Bumped up the puck there by McCulloch. And it squirts out to neutral ice. Petrie. As the Coyotes make changes, Ferentz. Across the blue line. Soft pass in the corner for Eberle. Eberle. Lost it. Dolan's got it. He will play it to Bodker. Knocked down there by Ferentz. Arcabello picks it up. He'll give it to Fane. Quick pass to Eberle to the middle to Yakubov. Yakubov with some speed. Here's Yakubov snapping a shot. Big rebound in front. Rebounded. And it's kicked into the corner as Fane joined the play. Arcabello. There's another shot by Pitlick. He put that one high and wide. Perreault with a shot. And Dubnik makes the save. He will hang on as the order speed. Here's Yakubov snapping a shot. Big rebound in front. And it's kicked into the corner as Fane had joined the play.
Goal scored. Play button. Goal scored. YouTube video player. Loop menu check. Goal scored in YouTube video Menu. New tab. Control. App bar. Copilot. Settings. YouTube.
Carcabello. There's another shot by Pitlick. He puts that one high and wide. Perron with a shot.
Sakura with a shot. Scores! Andre Sakura. One time.
Funny when something happens
As the orders come on here late in the third period.
funny when something happens at one end. It could be a minute before. Something good might happen for your team at the other end. This is a terrific save by Ben Scrivens. Again, that positional save, kicking that left pad out. And the puck is bouncing all over the place. But because of that save, the Oilers are still in it, and they're still rolling. And Pitlick gets a dynamite opportunity. Misses by quite a bit, but boy, that was a dynamite chance. And the Oilers put a little push on of their own with a minute left. You've got to make sure everything now goes deep and everything goes to the net.
Tyler Pitlick's first NHL goal was here on October the 26th in 2013. Gandalf around the boards. Can't get it by Tyler Pitlick. Oilers were changing less than a minute to go. Here comes David Moss. David Moss goes behind the net. Hansel join him. Hansel works it out in front, but there is Mark Bain. Plays it off the boards. Go at center. Changed by Pitlick. Giving a look for nice jump back in. Everett takes a look. Sees Keith bearing down on him. Calmly plays it to Bain. Backhanded down the ice. No icing. That will allow the Oilers to get a change in and get Nugent Hopkins along with Teddy Purcell and Taylor Hall on the ice for the last 28 seconds. Stone lets it go, deflected wide. Butker to Vermette. Vermette plays it out in front, but Scrivens prevents that from getting to Doan by making a glove save. Doan by making a glove save.
17.2 seconds left. Edmonton's already used their timeout. It doesn't really matter. There was a nice thing you can change wherever you want. Teddy Purcell having a little conversation with Andrew Ferentz. Todd Nelson in his first game. Looking up and down the bench thinking, okay, who do I put out 4-on-4 if we could make it through the next 17-2 without scoring?
Antoine Vermette against Mark Carcabello. Nugent Hopkins stays out there. Carcabello against Vermette.
Mark Carcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
He got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker. Making a upset. Plays it out in front, but Scrivens prevents that from getting to Doan by making a glove save.
17.2 seconds left. Edmonton's already used their timeout.
0.9 seconds left in the
Doesn't really matter. There's a nice thing you can change wherever you want. Teddy Purcell having a little conversation with Andrew Ferentz. Todd Nelson in his first game. Looking up and down the bench thinking, okay, who do I put out 4-on-4 if we could make it through the next 17-2 without scoring?
Antoine Vermette against Mark Carcabello.
Bench thinking, what do I do with Ferentz? Todd Nelson in his first game. Looking up and down the bench thinking, okay, who do I put out 4-on-4 if we could make it through the next 17-2 without scoring?
Antoine Vermette against Mark Carcabello. Nugent Hopkins stays out there. Carcabello against Vermette.
15-2 without scoring.
Antoine Vermette against Mark Carcabello.
0% vertically score.
Nugent Hopkins stays out there. Carcabello against Vermette.
Mark Carcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
Got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker.
He thinks that under the heel of the stick. Out the draw. Nice clearance.
Up the wing for Hall. Hall against McCullough. Against Vermette stays out there.
0% vertically
Carcabello against Vermette.
Mark Carcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
Got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker.
He thinks that under the heel of the stick. Out the draw. Nice clearance.
Up the
Carcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
Got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker.
He thinks
Carcabello Nugent Hopkins stays out there. Arcabello against Vermette.
Mark Arcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
He got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker.
Arcabello tried to get just underneath the heel right there. He wanted to go forward because Vermette's a bigger player.
He got Vermette out of the circle and won the draw against Michael Bodker.
He thinks that under the heel of the stick. The draw. Nice clearance.
Up the wing for Hall. Hall against McCulloch. McCulloch pins it against the boards. We're down to 4 seconds. And for the first time in this series, we are going to overtime. 40-29, the shots on goal in a 1-1 game.
Rogers Oilers Hockey. Brought to you by Rogers, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers and the NHL. By Molson Canadian, die-hard fan and proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. And by the Rexall family of pharmacies.
Game in the desert continues. No scoring in that third period. The Oilers' goal came in the first period. It was the 49th of his career at 14:56.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins, a good play out of the neutral zone, kind of a neutral zone regroup. Teddy Purcell runs a little interference. The shot between the legs, a little toe drag, goes between the legs of Zbigniew McCulloch. This is just a nice shot. A lot of players are able to utilize that little shot. It shows the goalie off. Upstairs, Oilers had the lead after the first period. Second period, it was all Arizona. They were all over the Oilers. Nice play entering the zone with the late guy coming in as Brandon McMillan. He gets his first of the season, and it was a snipe. Up top, boom. Very tough for Scrivens to get that one. 1-1, and now it's OT.
And for the second straight game, the Arizona Coyotes will go to extra time. For the Oilers, it is the 6th trip to overtime. They are 0 for 5. They have been to a shootout just once this year. The Coyotes lost to Minnesota on Saturday in the shootout. 4-3 was the final in that game. The Oilers trying to snap a 6-game losing streak on the road. For the Coyotes, a franchise-worst 9 straight losses at home.
After a tumultuous day, this would be a nice feather in the cap of the Oilers. They've gotten better as the game has gone on. As far as their energy level, their emotional investment into the game has been better as the game has worn on.
And we welcome those viewers who are watching the Flames and the Rangers. It is a 1-1 game as we enter overtime. Snap shot right away by McCulloch. Hall and Purcell will start this overtime up front with Schultz and Hunt on the blue line. Taylor Hall plays it back to Justin Schultz. The Coyotes want to make a change as the Oilers leave the zone. Schultz to Purcell. Purcell back to Schultz. Here is Schultz. Toe drag. Oh, what a play. Oh, what a save by Dubnyk.
Oh, what a save by Dubnyk.
Almost ended this game. To Purcell. Purcell back to Schultz. Here is Schultz. Toe drag. Oh, what a play. Oh, what a save by Dubnyk. Justin Schultz almost ended this game with his first goal in 24 contests. Devin Dubnyk and Ben Scrivens have been thrown in highlight reel saves. Andrew Ferentz with it now. Ferentz chips it in. He will chase it himself. Ferentz to the corner to Nugent Hopkins. Here's Nugent Hopkins out in front. He is stopped by Slemko, but he'll go and get it. Nugent Hopkins to Eberle. Eberle circles, drops it for Ferentz. Ferentz throws it towards the net, and that gets deflected off the stick of Mikkel Bodker and up into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle is the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
from the faceoff. Brad Hunt.
And toe drag between the stick attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff. Brad Hunt will play it behind the net. Arcabello with Pitlick. Arcabello. He centered it, and it was picked off by McMillan, who will give it to Ekman Larsson. He snaps a shot. Scrimmage the save. The puck is loose, and now it's covered up. As Gagne tried to get to it, Scrimmage prevented it.
Can't play hope hockey in overtime. Everything, if you're going to throw the puck into the slot, it's got to be a lateral move where you've got guys above the play. This is a 3-on-2 going the other way, although Mark Arcabello, who turns the puck over, does a good job coming back on his man on the wide side. Watch Oliver Ekman Larsson get on his horse. Right here. 1, 2, 3. He has gone up the ice, and he's going to lead that rush. That's why Oliver Ekman Larsson is such a valuable defenseman. He gets up in the play.
Almost 28 minutes of the game against Minnesota on Saturday. From the faceoff, won by Gagne. Back to Ekman Larsson. Fanned on the shot. Ends up in the corner. McMillan against Spain. Gagne plays it back to McCulloch. He'll give it to Ekman Larsson. To McCulloch. McCulloch, a weak shot handled by Scrimmage, but he dropped it. Brandon Davidson was there to clear it around to the near side, and Hall has got it. Taylor Hall winds up in his own zone. Trying to elude former teammate Sam Gagne. Davidson with a kick pass back to Fane. As the Oilers want to make a change, we're under 3 minutes left to go in overtime. Perron dishes off to Nugent Hopkins. He stops, gets a shot away, and he whistled it wide. Schultz pitching in, taking it hard into the boards by Shane Doan. Chipchura through the middle. Kyle Chipchura waits as the Coyotes want to make a change. Chipchura will play it back to Schlemko. He'll give it to Yandel. Yandel, wrist shot, high and wide. Kept in by Tobias Reeder. Now Scrimmage will stop it behind the net and give it to Brad Hunt. 42-30, the shots on goal, and just 2 goals. Dubnyk and Scrimmage have been outstanding in this hockey game. Hunt on the far side. Gets it out to center. Yandel will give it to Schlemko. David Schlemko to Keith Yandel. Keith Yandel. Tobias Reeder. Pass intended for Yandel. It was broken up by Teddy Purcell. It's had a good defensive game. Yandel tips away that pass intended for Hall. Dubnyk one-hands it. Around the boards it goes. Vermette knocked down there by Ferris. The puck's still alive for Hall as he gets it back to Purcell. Purcell now to Petrie. Jeff Petrie goes cross ice to Ferris. Ferris throws it towards the net. Popped by Devin Dubnyk. And he'll hang on.
With 1:20 left, the emphasis becomes smart, low-risk plays. You're not playing for the shootout, but you're playing for that one chance that can end it in the overtime. For the goaltenders, you don't have to worry about them. They're in a zone right now, both of them.
A total of 70 saves between Dubnyk and Scrimmage. Vermette against Arcabello. Arcabello up front with Pitlick. It is Petrie and Schultz on the point. That wins the draw. Ekman Larsson to McCulloch. Mikhail Botker across the blue line. Going wide on Schultz. Circles behind the net. Botker still has it. Botker dishes off to McCulloch. McCulloch moves in. Lets the shot go. Scrimmage the save again. The rebound loose, but it's picked up by Arcabello. We're under a minute left to go in overtime. Jeff Petrie with it now. Petrie hangs on, gives it to Arcabello in the corner. Arcabello in, but this is Petrie. Petrie, sharp angle. Stopped by Dubnyk to out the post. Ekman Larsson under pressure from Pitlick. The Oilers make a change down to 30 seconds left to go in overtime. Schlemko. Erap can't control it. Everly gives it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins dishes to Fane. Mark Fane brings it in with Everly going to the net. Here is Fane with a shot. Big rebound picked up by Mark Erat. He'll step back. Erat can't get by Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins leads the team in takeaways. Erat does get by him this time. Gagne. Ekman Larsson lets it go. The first time in this series, we are going to overtime. 40-29, the shots on goal in a 1-1 game.
Brought to you by Rogers, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Brought to you by Rogers.
1 game.
Rogers Oilers Hockey. Brought to you by Rogers, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers and the NHL. By Molson Canadian, diehard fan and proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. And by the Rexall family of pharmacies.
Game in the desert continues. No scoring in that third period. The Oilers' goal came in the first period. It was the 49th of his career at 15:56.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins, a good play out of the neutral zone, kind of a neutral zone regroup. Teddy Purcell runs a little interference. The shot between the legs, a little toe drag, goes between the legs of Zabinyak Mikalik. This is just a nice shot. A lot of players are able to utilize that little shot that throws the goalie off. Upstairs, Oilers had the lead after the first period. Second period, it was all Arizona. They were all over the Oilers. Nice play entering the zone. The delay late guy coming in is Brandon McMillan. He gets his first of the season, and it was a snipe. Up top, boom. Very tough for the Scribbers to get that one. 1-1. Now it's OT.
And for the second straight game, the Arizona Coyotes will go to extra time. For the Oilers, it is the sixth trip to overtime. They are 0 for 5. They have been to a shootout just once this year. The Coyotes lost and trying to snap a 6-game losing streak on the road for the Coyotes. A franchise worst. Schultz and Hunt.
Here, the shootout was underway.
Saved by the Schultz. And highlight.
Robs and underneath the stick, attacks the triangle. That what poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
On the face-off.
Missed.
Of Mikkel Bottker and up into the netting. It's deflected off the stick of Mikkel Bottker and up into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
Second round, they shoot at Rufar McDavid. Oh, scores!
1-0. Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk makes an acrobatic to the skates and underneath between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick. Ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
On the face-off.
What poise, what hand, but this is a lip. It's been a tough year for
the stick of Mikkel Bottker. And that gets.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
Goals.
Robs him. Move by Schultz going upstairs. Nick makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
Here for the fourth round.
Here. No! What point?
Walker, and that gets deflected off the stick of Mikkel Walker and up into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates, and underneath. Ray of light. Without a doubt.
Walker and up into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
It's the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates.
Towards the net, and circles, drops it for Barrett. Barrett throws it towards the net, into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
Schultz going upstairs.
That's the Oilers just scored, McDavid.
Oh, no! There's the Dubnyk. He goes the toes of the skates. What hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff. Brad Hunt will play it.
Heel of stick, ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates, bouncing underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What? Oh!
55 volume, Jack. NHL.
Move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
Upstairs, but Dubnyk triangles the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin. Dubnyk triangles the toes of the skates. What hands, drag between the little ray of light.
The stick of Mikkel Walker and up into the netting.
It's been a tough year for Justin Schultz, without a doubt. But this is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the faceoff.
Poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk triangle. That triangle's the toes of the.
Connor McDavid, first shooter.
Big save by Jack. Go and get it. To Nugent Hopkins. Here's Nugent. Barrett throws it towards the net.
This is a little ray of light. What poise, what hands, toe drag between the stick, attacks the triangle. That triangle's the toes of the skates and underneath the heel of the stick. But Devin Dubnyk makes an acrobatic circus-like save. What a move by Schultz going upstairs, but Dubnyk robs him.
From the face-off. Oh.
The Coyotes win this one by a score of 3-2 in a shootout.
Brad Hunt, Clark Gribbons for that.
YouTube video. 1 hour 44 minutes 7 seconds of 1 hour 49 minutes.
It's time to
Rogers live like
he's away. Tough break for Ben Scrivens, who was absolutely terrific. As time winds down, Arizona finds a way.
9 runs to shootout.
the play of the game is brought to you by Rogers.
Won the game.
It's away.
0% perfectly
The play of the game is brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.
And just to play in the game was the Arizona Coyotes winning goal. As the play goes in the neutral zone, Eberle falls. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins comes by, and he gets undressed in the neutral zone. And now everybody starts chasing the puck, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson comes in and absolutely rips it past Ben Scrivens with .003 on the clock. Walks in all the time in the world. Ben Scrivens moves out, but it's a heck of a shot. With the clock winding down as the seconds tick away. Are we going to shootout? No.
47 minutes, 36 seconds.
Hard shot, top corner. Todd Nelson watches. Here's his first game as a head coach in the National Hockey League. He looks up at the clock hoping, but then just goes, come on.
1 hour 47 minutes 53 seconds of 1 hour 49 minutes 11 seconds.
The Arizona Coyotes franchise worst 9-game The Arizona Coyotes snap a franchise worst 9-game losing streak at home by beating the Oilers for the fourth time in this series. And Devin Dubnyk has now won 6 games in this series. And Devin Dubnyk has now won 6 games in this series. And Devin Dubnyk has now won 6 games this season, 2 of them against the Oilers, as we go downstairs to Gene.
Wow, Drew and Kevin, the 3 stars are brought to you by Molson, Canadian diehard fan and proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.